I believe that killing of the lamb is Ben Arba'im, between the evenings, corresponds to Yeshua's death at the 9th hour. I have been disfellowship for this understanding. Someone, I'm not going to name names, but you did, and company are adamant that the 14th is Pesach. I did separate over this. I didn't separate over this, but how can this impasse be reconciled?
Well, that's a real repairing of the breach
Yeah,
question.
well, that's, that person you mentioned is somebody who's on the top of my list to get together with and see what I can do, what you can do, and walk in truth and love with these people. But let's see, I believe the killing of the lamb is between the evenings and corresponds to Yeshua's death at the 9th hour. So do I.
There was another question about please explain between the evenings.
Okay,
so maybe
between the evenings seems to be, from my study, a time between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. It's the last quarter of the day, and that is when the lambs are to be killed, so that people can get them into the ovens, before sunset and roast them and things like that. But I'm sort of adding in, we don't definitively know, but it seems to be that's what that is. So if he dies, Yeshua's death at the 9th hour would be, okay, all the lambs are killed, and then it seems history tells us there was one lamb that the high priest chose himself, the most perfect lamb in all of Israel, and it would be the final sacrifice, like a Passover sacrifice for everyone. Maybe it was to cover the people who couldn't afford a lamb or didn't bring a lamb or didn't travel. It was a representation. And that when he was saying it is finished because he killed that lamb, that's when Yeshua said it is finished. And is hyperbole the right word? Did that actually happen his way? But that seems to be the type that was going on, that the high priest is killing the Passover lamb while Yeshua, the Passover lamb and high priest, is dying. What that has to do with keeping it on the 14th versus the 15th, I'm not exactly sure. And what the disfellowship is over, I'm not exactly sure.